What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 64 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we've got a huge game as we take on Danny Dyer's former team, Wolves, a team who, well, once upon a time were a team that you'd expect to see around us. This year, slightly less so. They are down in 8th. That said, after a tough start to the season, they have steadily improved, and in fact, despite losing their first 3 league games of the season, they are unbeaten in the league since. This is not going to be easy. They were only defeated by Real Madrid 2-1, although we did beat them in the Cup since you were last here. Although both teams were rotated for either side, it may be a preamble of what's to come. I'm sure that Danny, against his former club, is definitely hoping it will be. Anyway, speaking of Danny, while we're here, why don't we talk about how the world record goalkeeping signing has settled in? Because he's got 5 clean sheets in 10, a 7.01 rating, and I don't really know how to feel about it. He's been a lot better as of late. You can see here the average rating in the last 5 games has been a little bit better. Of course, he did have issues with injuries at the start of the season. So far, I don't know if he can quite justify his price, but I feel like he's getting there, you know. If he can break, I was going to say if he could break 20 clean sheets, but realistically, if he can keep going how he's going in the league, and keep a clean sheet in half of our fixtures in the league, I feel like that's kind of all you can really expect for. I feel like it's unrealistic to expect a goalkeeper to be getting more than 18 clean sheets a season. You can see right now, actually, Aquino, the record for clean sheets. He has 8 to his name, albeit in slightly more games. But yes, that is where Danny is at. And well, in terms of where we're at, we are top of the league against a Tottenham team who are in second, who, well, we didn't beat when we played them. Of course, I left things last episode after a win against Bayern Munich. We've played a couple of months, as you can see here. Unfortunately for us, against Tottenham, the one game that perhaps we needed to win, or so I thought, we didn't win. We weren't really that good, to be honest. Poyana did open up the scoring for us, and away from home, getting a nice early goal on the score sheet, it feels quite good. You hope that might settle the team into it. It didn't, though, to be honest, and to be frank, Tottenham looked really, really good in this game. They took chances that came their way. Maynard with the first, Davy with a second, Calava with another for them, and 3-2 kind of flattered us. He only got a very late goal for us, but it didn't really solve any of the issues that I saw in this game. Pep Guardiola, who is now manager of Tottenham, he's been a little bit of a mastermind at the moment, a little bit of a thorn in my side, and their star player in Andy Easton, if I might say so myself, he's blooming good, isn't he? One of those players that when I realised he moved from Liverpool to Tottenham for 116 million, there was a small amount of regret. Interestingly enough, he's actually not got a particularly good rating this year in the league. 6.93. He has not been the man propelling them up through the leagues. I'm now curious. Tottenham, who is the mystery star player that apparently you are leaning on? Apparently it's Andreas Davy, who has 4 goals in the league and 2 assists. It actually looks like it's been a bit of a team performance. There's not really one standout player. In terms of average ratings and players who have played recently and regularly, it's Isaac, who kind of looks meh. I mean, fair play. Pep Guardiola is getting something out of this Tottenham team, and he got a win out of them against us. The good news is, since then, lots of wins, as you would come to expect in a slightly easier run of games. We beat Brighton 2-1. We then beat Real Sociedad 2-1 as well in the Champions League. And with that result, I believe we qualified for the Champions League knockout stages, or at least got all but there. We are officially now qualified as well, you will be pleased to know. The game after that, we took on Norwich. We won this one 4-0. Gonzalez with a hat-trick. That feels like a sentence I've not been able to say nearly enough in recent memory. But yes, he got a few goals in this one. He looked very, very good for us against a Norwich team who, well, they've been a bit of a yo-yo team. They've been like Norwich in real life, everyone. They don't really know how to, I guess, survive as a Premier League club. Erk did get a goal for us in the 42nd minute. It was 3-0 at half-time. We took the foot off the gas. But yeah, good to see Gonzalez score in extra time right at the death. With that, 4-0. Easy win. Worth noting, Gonzalez is not getting a run in the Spain national team, everyone. And I don't want to kick off about it because I can't really blame them for not playing him, because they've got Christian Osuna, who looks pretty blooming good. A player who I did even weigh up at one point during the summer. buying for 190. I'm not sure why the tooltip says that there's a buyback clause. I can confirm he's always existed at Real Madrid. There is a minimum release clause, though, of 196 million. Would he be worth it? Am I thinking ahead? Let's stop this right now. But yes, he's been very good. He's been keeping Gonzalez out, but good to see him get a hat-trick against Norwich. And he's been in pretty good goal-scoring form on the whole. Against Wolves, we won 4-0 in the EFL Cup 4th round. Van Dijk with a hat-trick in this game. A player who, well, this year has been playing out on the left-hand side. As you can see here, when he's been plonked there, he's done pretty well. 7 goals, 3 assists, 7.28 average rating. Looked really, really phenomenal in that game. And, well, against Leicester, we also looked very good. Against our local rivals, 2-0 win. Luis Navio getting on the score sheet. That doesn't happen every day, does it? And I just feel like we should look at Navio. Drink it in. He's been a pretty good player, hasn't he? For all his cons, for all his negatives, for a player signed for 1.1 million, I think we got quite a bargain, if I might say so myself. I feel like that actually applies to a fair few of our players. I feel like just how good some of our longer-term signings have been is perhaps underappreciated. Anyway, as I mentioned, we beat Sociedad for the second time in this run of games. Only 1-0, bit disappointing. You can see here that actually the way things have played out, although we have Bayern in our final game, we are already guaranteed top spot in the group. It's been a really, really good campaign. I would, however, quite like to end it winning each and every match. Anyway, 2 more games in the Premier League followed. A 3-2 win against Leeds was a nice one. It was relatively comfortable despite the 3-2 scoreline. Against bottom of the table Sheffield United, a nice professional performance. Gonzalez and Largo with the goals here. And then against Basel in the Champions League, it was a domination display. I forgot what the name of the Champions League was there for a second. But yeah, it finished 7-0. We also beat Basel 6-1 already. In this game, nice variety of goal scorers. Gallardo, I feel like he's settled into the team very well. Of course, joined us for £8 million. And, well, since he's joined us, whilst in the league he's not been too great, elsewhere, he's been a really, really solid player for us out on the right-hand side. The kind of squad player I think I was hoping we were going to be able to acquire. Anyway, looking at the squad for today's game against Wolves, Adrian Smith is injured, and it's not a small injury. A torn hamstring, out for between 5 and 6 weeks. I think it's around a 2 to 3 month injury in total. Not ideal, but we are able to cope without him. In terms of what our team is looking like today, well, Lind is coming back from injury. Not had the greatest start to the season, although I do feel like certain roles in Football Manager this year, their kind of average ratings suffer, and unfortunately, Lind is one such player who is a victim of that. But in his place, Tudor is going to play today. Tudor, of course, someone we signed for £7 million. He had a double loan spell at Hamburger in the Bundesliga. You can see last year he was phenomenal. To be fair, the year before, he was equally as very, very good. But he's been a super standout player. For us, he's been this kind of super sub in the Champions League where he started regularly. 4 assists, 1 goal. Let's see if he can do it in the Premier League today. He is going to be playing as a roaming playmaker, which he's not necessarily perfectly suited to, but his physicals, as you can see, are absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's not a difficult word to say, is it, everyone? Phenomenal. There we go. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it repeatedly to prove I can say it at this point. But yes, Tudor, he's very good. Great physicals. Mentals may be slightly lacking, but his technicals as well, absolutely top drawer. Let's give him a chance today to show us what he's all about. Maybe he's going to be like the hokey cokey and is what it's all about. Prove it today, please, Tudor. Elsewhere in the team, it's a full strength 11. You can see here a sea of green in the average ratings. We're a team in great form. One thing that I do think is just worth noting is the fact that the right attacking mid in the slightly tweaked system this year, the winger now is in a kind of attacking duty rather than support, has been very good for us. In fact, if we look at Poyana's numbers for this year compared to last year, I think you can make a pretty compelling argument that he's had a better year than last year already. Only 11 games in. That makes me feel very warm and fuzzy. And well, hopefully a win here is going to leave us feeling warm and fuzzy. It's going to be Dyer against his former club. I would really like to beat Wolves. Of course, it wasn't that many years ago that they were finishing second to us in the Premier League. Since then, though, things have gone slightly down the drain for them. They've not been as good as they were once upon a time. A slightly ageing squad. I know they've got players like João Felix in their rank, for example, who must be in his early 30s at this point. And, well, speaking of the devil, here he is, out on the left-hand side. The physicals have gone, everyone. They don't really exist anymore for the 34-year-old. Also, Ramos for them has been superb. Ramos, I'm going to be honest, Ramos, you're not a player who I'm super familiar with. He starts at Benfica. You can see here he was signed for Wolves. Very much part of their golden age as a squad. Some really, really good seasons. To be fair, I say that like he's not having a good season at the moment. He's still playing very, very well, the 32-year-old. Model citizen personality. He has been at the heart of everything that they do. And, we're going to have to try and shut him down today. In goal, they've got Felipe Fernando. They signed him for £40 million. Is he as good as Danny Dyer? Probably not. What I would say is he's a world-class goalkeeper. He's not too bad, is he? I was thinking that when we signed Danny Dyer from them, maybe that was leaving them high and dry. Maybe that was the reason for their struggles so far this season. But you look at the replacement, he's still pretty blooming good. Anyway, Ciro has slid in there. That looked like a good tackle, but I'm dreading the fact this is a red card. It is. They've had a man sent off after a minute. I do not think it was a red card, for the record, for the judge and jury who may be watching. Not a red for me. He's just slid in. And, it looked like he got the ball, if I'm honest. But it gives us, hopefully, an easier time today. I'm going to move Sampaio onto attack because they're electing to not play with a left attack in mid. Let's try and get an overload going on that right-hand side. Away from home, I was expecting a battle. Wolves have not lost in their last 10 league games. May even be at 1 or 2 more than that. They've not lost in a while. They may well lose today, though. Blas Gonzalez lurking away at the back post. Another goal for him. He's already into double-figure goals for the season. And that whilst he's splitting minutes with Ionu. This year I am obviously continuing to rotate the team very, very heavily. It's what we need to do. I want to maintain a challenge on all fronts. I do feel like the small little tactical tweaks we've made in terms of player roles this year have really pushed us on. The whole squad quality is superb. The Champions League has to be the aim this year. I don't want to get carried away, but I want the Champions League win, everyone. Of course, being in the knockouts and knowing that is probably what's going to be dominating the second half of the season, I'm anticipating it. Anyway, Wolves, I feel like their game plan's gone out the window. They're going to be now at this point, you imagine, trying to hold on for the 1-0. Trying to keep it respectable, but Poyana in a wide area is going to try and cause some issues. Butler, nice block by him. Sampaio takes it down superbly there. Great first touch. What can Tuda do for us? Plays it forward to Poyana. The 2 Romanian players linking up, and Poyana, you can see as a winger on attack, he just gets forward a lot more. I feel like on support, the winger likes to kind of sit not goal side of the fullbacks. As a winger on attack, still attacks the channels in a way that you might expect from an inside forward. Not afraid to get inside, but just always sat on the shoulder of the wingback, always giving them something to worry about. And I actually feel like, it's maybe a change I should have made sooner in hindsight. Anyway, we've got a throw in here by Navio. It's gone to Erk. Now with Tudor, who squeezes it in. What a lovely strike that was by the young playmaker on his left foot. Erk gets the assist. And that was just a really, really nicely worked goal. Navio's throw into Erk, lays it off. First time effort, just inside the box, squeezes into the bottom corner. He kisses his finger. He points to the air. I think that's his second goal of the season. I mean, it's just popped up and I didn't look at it. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to say it, everyone. Second goal of the season. If that is incorrect, please don't write a million comments in the comments about it. We don't need those. But no, this is almost a bit of a shame, really, because I thought this would be a really competitive game. And to be fair, considering they're a man down and we're only 2-0 up, it's been the whole game pretty much with them down a man. They've done a pretty good job, have Wolves, as Gonzalez breaks through again, dinks the keeper. It's cleared off the line. They are not giving up here, and I'm a bit annoyed about it. But no, the sending off has ruined this game, hasn't it? To be frank. Makes it a lot more straightforward than it should have otherwise been. In terms of coming back for this match, I really wasn't sure what game to come back for. I didn't want to go forward 3 months without an episode. I know some people mentioned maybe doing West Brom with Amlo, possibly playing for them. He was top goal scorer in the Premier League last time we were looking at things last episode. That game is quite close to an upcoming fixture against Manchester United, which I think is going to be tomorrow. United, a team who have... if Chelsea were a thorn in our sides in the early years, I feel like Manchester United, after their Premier League win, but no, after their Champions League win, they are a new nemesis for us. Tomorrow should be fun. Also, Ramos probably should have scored that for them there. That was a really good opportunity for Wolves that they have wasted. 7 minutes left. They are still creating stuff. If we just look at the stats here, I say stuff. Maybe that's a bit generous. They've had one really good opportunity, though. Our creativity's been a tad disappointing here. I realise as well, we're into the 84th minute. I've been rambling away about what's coming up next time without even focusing on the subs. How dare I? If they score now, I deserve it. Ramos, he's hit the woodwork. They've had chances. It's blocked again. Right, make a sub, man. Let's do it right now. The midfield is dead. I think that's the clinical word to use to describe what's happening here. Let's make some changes. Fresh legs come on. Going to go with a triple change. Gallardo, his pace on the right-hand side is frightening. Elsewhere, Lind coming back from injury to get some match sharpness. And we'll play Van Dijk down the middle as Gonzalez tries to go through on his own. I mean, if the tackle in the first minute was a red, that should probably be a red as well, ref. Where's the consistency? That is what I would like to know. You can see here the XG, remarkably close. Fair play to Wolves. They've given us a good game. Massive, massive beneficiaries of that early red card. That there is absolutely no denying. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a clean sheet for Danny Dyer. It's a win for us. Top of the league by 6 points. Tottenham do have a game in hand. And apparently the manager believes that the ref got it wrong. I'm going to disagree. What are the press saying? Did they think it was a red? Because I'm going to be honest, I wasn't sure it was a red. I wasn't sure it was a red. Anyway, Danny Dyer gets one over on Wolves. Things you love to read. Navio getting man of the match with an assist as well. Was it Tudor's second goal of the season? It was, everyone. Right, no comments needed. I'm a genius. I'm just wondering, when do Tottenham play? Do you play tomorrow, Tottenham? They do. Shall we go see what they do against Chelsea? This is a big game in the title race. A win here for Chelsea. They will be doing us a mighty, mighty big favour. Chelsea down in 12th. Wow, I did not realise they were doing so badly. I suppose, given the fact that we've stolen De Volder and Largo from them, their best two midfielders, shouldn't really be surprised. I'm just targeting Chelsea, everyone. I saw some comments yesterday suggesting that I was the Bayern Munich of the Premier League. I don't know how to feel about that. That makes it sound like we're the baddies. Oh my. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Rodrigo. They've scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the game there to come back from 2-1 down to win 3-2. Thank you, Football Manager Gods. And you know what? Connor Smith, I've had beef with you in the past. Thank you, mate. You have helped us out massively there. 6 points clear, coming up to the halfway point in the season. No one is unbeaten anymore, although Arsenal, remarkably, have only lost 1 game. They are going very, very strong right now. And, well, next episode, we're going to be playing them and Manchester United. So brace yourselves, everyone. It's going to be 2 games right before the transfer window opens. Maybe those results are going to influence what kind of moves we make. It's going to be a big one. United away, Arsenal at home. I'm nervous for them. This game against Wolves was not all that convincing. Hopefully, we can do the business tomorrow. And well, until then, that's everything for today. Tomorrow, we will go through all the transfers. Lots of players coming in next transfer window. So if you want to see how Adebayo, the £36 million 18-year-old is doing, or Ballo, the £24 million 18-year-old is doing, tomorrow's episode's the one for you. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Someone play the EastEnders theme tune. I realise that only the 50% of my audience in the UK are going to know what I'm talking about there. Right, let's end things. Thank you for watching. EastEnders theme tune, please kick in. Can't actually play it because of copyright. It is me, Jack. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. This has gone off the rails. Goodbye.